Hi there everybody, my name is Caden. This is called Project S.O.S. This is the very first version that I'm updating, version 0.01. It's the pre-alpha. I'm going to be in pre-alpha for quite a while. So the basis of this game is called Project S.O.S. You're on a crash-landed ship, spaceship, and you need to set up a beacon to be rescued. Alright, that out of the way, let's get started with what we have for this update. Oh, by the way, I'm the only developer on this project, and the project is meant to be more simple and level design based than feature heavy, but I am adding in features along the way as I go. So the first things first I want to do is I want to introduce the door feature, which is something that I made. As you can see, the light on the button on the door there changes as you open and close said door. This here is an asset, just an art asset. I haven't actually textured it yet, but this here is an art asset of a pillar, and then a little thing here. This is for hallways when you're walking down. It's like extra detail in the hallways. Speaking of those hallways, this is the floor that you'll find in the hallway. Now, these are untextured. This doesn't have its own custom texture yet. This is a default Unreal Engine 4 texture. Similarly, this is as well. This has no smoothing group, I just realized. But this will have its own custom texture. I'm thinking more, this color gray is okay on the outside, but the inside there, this part here might be maybe yellow or red. This metal might be white. This right here is probably going to be yellow. These are going to be blue lights. You see those little rivets there, they'll be blue lights. So yeah, there's that. This is the ceiling, as you can see, once again, untextured, except for the grate. Here's something that I do. I think this is pretty unorthodox compared to how most people do things, but I tend to have 2 or 3 materials on a model. The reason for doing that is simply I want to add 3 or 4 textures to one model, and I want to make sure that they follow a certain way that I want them to go. And instead of making the UV map, exporting the UV map, and then taking my time to fit everything together, sometimes I'll just make it so it's multiple materials, and considering all of these materials are going to be on the map in multiple places in multiple ways, I don't see the reason why I can't just add a second material that I'm going to be reusing. Alright, so with those models out of the way, the next thing that I want to show off is this gurney, which I made yesterday, actually. I'm just showing off some models right now. Another feature that I have that is not actually within Unreal Engine, you saw it over here, is the interact feature, which I put on top of the default player. Another thing that I did is the flashlight. And the flashlight is in this green color. And I like it in that green color. I'm not going to change that. It's better than just having it as yellow. It adds an extra color to the overall design. I kind of want to make this a pretty colorful game with the lighting scheme being somewhere, the color scheme itself being somewhere more based around orange and green than anything else. So next on this list, we have these, which are floodlights. I'm not going to lie when I say that I have no idea where to put these floodlights. So each one here has, I believe, 2 materials. And there's an outer one which has this cable, these cords that connect to the top of a thing, as well as the interior here. Yes, this one is a little more customized, and yes, it is crap. I have to fix it. And then there's also this here, which is the light. And the light is actually, that texture is an emissive map, meaning that the texture glows, so no matter how dark this area gets, the light bulb will always be glowing. Though I do have to fix that, because I have no idea how to do that currently, but I'll get there. And then the other one is this with the grate, but I don't like the way it looks, mostly because the shadow for the grate is on the inside. And so I'll have to either fix that or just scrap the grate entirely. Another thing that I added in, a feature which is not default and it's very basic, but it's added in, so I want to be able to show it off. Crouching. That's pretty simple, right? I mean, jumping is added in automatically, but crouching is not, so crouching is now in there. So another thing that I have, ooh, I just cut my health down to 50%, though you can't see it. Health packs. Now, this is a garbage model for a health pack, but hear me out. Each health pack heals about a quarter of your health. You see that little 75 that's on the top there? That means I just healed. And it's gone as well. So I added a health system as well. Now let's go ahead and kill off my player. And that's a death function right there. I can't move my player around anymore. Reason being, he's dead. It's a sad day, I know. And because of that, that's a new function right there. It destroys the actor. Now, all this being said, let me go ahead and show you where all this stuff kind of shines right now. Which, I shouldn't really be saying. It's not exactly the best test map right now. But it's going, and as it goes throughout the versions, you'll see it advance more and more and become more of what it actually should be. Now, just because it's dark currently doesn't mean that this is going to be a horror game. It definitely will not. It'll be a little more lighthearted. Definitely a little funnier, I would hope. We have the door, and we walk in. Ta-da! And there's this little area because I didn't really finish designing this because right now designing the map is not on my list of things to do. Just like that. Professional work right there. Alrighty. So I hope you all enjoyed this update. It's very simple, very small, but it does help get things done. This is the version 0.01 update. So the next update, which will be when the next list of features are finished, which I had a, here it is, I have a clipboard with the features listed. So the next update, the pre-alpha version 0.02 update, will be coming out when the following features are finished. The locked door feature, which means I can lock the door from a public variable and also have that door accessed by both the level blueprint, maybe a key. We'll see about the key. The key might be a stretch goal, which I'll add to version 0.03 though. The vent shaft model, which the player can crawl through. And the variants, that includes straightforward, T-crossings, falling down, climbing up, etc. I don't actually have a ladder. I should probably do a ladder at some point. As well as a vent shaft propeller model. And hopefully I can get a wind system in there which can push the player back. We'll see. That right now, that's not exactly on the list. A new model for the wall. If you see here right now, the walls are just BSPs. I want to model for these walls specifically. And it'll be rather simple. Compared to this, it's going to be fucking simple. Ooh, first video, cussing already. That's great. A door frame model. Door frame model will be pretty simple. A model that goes around the door, and I'll probably actually add it to the door blueprint, or maybe add a door blueprint with the door frame model. And a revised hitbox for the player, because I lied when I said that the crouch function is fully operational. Just because my camera moves down doesn't mean that my player can't get hit up top. Case in point right here. Oop. So we see that when I jump, I get stopped. When I crouch and I jump, I'm still getting stopped. So my hitbox isn't entirely changed. And how I plan to do this, I'm hoping it'll work like this, is to have two collision boxes on the bottom and the top, and when the player crouches, the one just goes down. And then when the player stands up, the one just goes back up. I want their player's collision to be in half, pretty much. Alrighty. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more of this project, go ahead and subscribe to this here channel. I'm going to be producing more versions as the days go by. Don't expect any releases to become... don't expect regular releases, because I doubt I'll actually be making regular releases. These versions come out when the features are finished, not when a deadline is hit. Though I do have a deadline for this project. Actually, I have multiple deadlines for this project. How I work is I have a date that I want it to be done, and then I have a date that I absolutely have to release it. And the date that I want it to be done is August 1st. So we'll see how far we get by that point. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.